Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As always, I am just some dude on the internet, and you are watching Project Zomboid Build 42, the Frank Fultz Chronicles. Let's go. Welcome, 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 everybody. Now, it has been a decent 2 weeks since I've hopped into the game because I had some little life stuff going on of my own. So we're jumping in toward the end of my characters today, but we got a hell of a lot to do. We want to continue building this road out. We're going to finish this thing. Yeah, so road is probably about 60% of the way built. Worst is already done. We can pretty much drive a car through here. So I'm thinking that we finish this thing up and we need to tap into this lake house that we've got sitting right next to us. The time has come for fishing, my friends. And I do think that I've left my fishing supplies on the other side over here, either here or over here. But other things to keep in mind, right? There is a town this way that is West Point. This town over here, it contains a ton of bad guys, but there's one spot in particular that is pretty interesting to me, and I believe that it's right on the outskirts over here. It is a gun emporium. We are running dangerously low on bullets, so I'm keeping my mind open. This is a very, very dangerous side of town for us to be on. I don't know necessarily how long we would be over here, but I'm thinking that it might be worth our while to at least, venture north up Dixie Highway, Route 31 West here and take a look at what's in West Point. Other than that, if we zoom out here, we've got a couple more towns that are within reach. There's Riverside, Rosewood, March Ridge, and then we have Echo Creek that is all the way over there. Now, a little recap for those of you that might just be joining us. We did start in Muldraugh and have exhausted a lot of this area over here. We have a starting safe house on Main Street and a northern safe house that has been walled off. We got a couple of chickens that are sitting over here, and it's been a couple of days since we've checked on the chickens. I'm a little bit afraid that I'm going to come back and all the chickens are going to have died. But, you got to make some sacrifices. If we've lost the chickens, then I guess that is just the way that it is for now. But yeah, we are residing in the northern Lakehouse, trying to finish this road up. Get that game audio coming back in here. Okay, and we are pretty exhausted on our person. We are carrying Cooking 3 that we were looking to read, but let's get some sleep. Oh, we don't want to sleep on the ground. Mahogany double bed. Let's get this sleep going. Now, since the last time that we have streamed, right, I have had to take care of a ton of things. Build 42.16 came out. So behind the scenes, I had to do a little bit of stuff to make sure that the game itself wasn't borked. They removed Echo Creek from the starting locations, and my game save legit did not want to let me load. So I had to make some changes, add a mod to add that back to the game to let me continue to play on the save. And then they had a day zero leak that had happened, so they had to do an emergency security patch. So thank you, Indie Stone, for working your butts off. Appreciate it. Okay, in terms of what we're going to do to get our day started here, we do have our can of oats, and there's a bunch of cereal. Let's get some oatmeal going right now. We will fill this bowl. And I did get a couple of really awesome pieces of advice from members of the audience that have been watching the Frank Fultz Chronicles. So in the future, as I need to saw more planks, I can actually go to the craft menu and we'll do that. So that way I don't need to right click and saw all of those individual things. So thank you very much to members of the audience that have dropped me that hint. And I had a couple of questions surrounding, why I was putting wood down. Really, the purpose of the wood is to make sure that no trees or shrubbery can grow through that. On just plain dirt roads in wilderness right now, let's move that over. Trees and shrubbery will grow through that. So I want to prevent that from happening. We're gonna go ahead and add brown sugar here to our oatmeal. And a little bit of marmalade. Our character, just to give everybody a quick heads up, we are at 1,212 zombies killed, 1212, with our favorite weapon being the crowbar. And Frank has been alive for 1 month, 29 days, and 16 hours thus far. That weight for us right now is 74 kilograms with one arrow pointing down. And that's the kind of thing that I want to manage right now. So we've got 400 calories in this hot bowl of marmalade oatmeal. We can go ahead and eat that for breakfast, smoke a cigarette. And then the cooking book, I'm gonna go ahead and lay on the table. All right, we are stuffed. Awesome. Yeah, let's go ahead and place this book. Another thing, you know, people had been suggesting was like, hey man, why are you carrying your water on your person? You can just put it in the car. And now that I actually do have a road, it is much more, you know, viable for me to drive the vehicle inland and stuff. In the very beginning, I did not have the luxury. Now on our person, big hiking bag, 6.42 out of 22. We're carrying some necessities. Holy shit, flashlight needs replacing. We're just gonna go ahead and pop that battery out now. Let's move that over. Yeah, we need to fix that. Glad I checked. We do have a crowbar and water canteen on us. All right, this guy, let's insert a good battery. All right, there we go. That is at 100%. We'll tuck that back in. And our military satchel, 5.71 out of 12. We're carrying like twine and painkillers and stuff. Okay, and then the 3 bottles of water. Let's go ahead, put 2 of them in the hiking bag. We can move the claw hammer and the wood saw in there too. There we go. Awesome. Good evening, Relic. Welcome, welcome. I am glad to be back. It has been a hella busy couple of weeks. So I'm glad to get back into Frank Fultz Chronicles here. Okay, we've already filled this all up. Awesome. Now, did I drive my car back? I think I drove it back. They supposedly, have fixed the vehicle sinking into the ground. Did I walk back? Yeah, there we go. Look, vehicle's no longer in the ground. Hell yeah. Cool. All right. Let's get going back on this road. And I'm thinking I'm going to take out one of the gates that's over here. And we frankly, we have the road complete like from here. So what I'm gonna do, because this is kind of a pain in the ass to drive through, I think I'm gonna take this out. Relic says, dude, I know me and my family are moving next month. I'm so not ready. Oh, yeah, moving is the worst. Honestly, I hate it. We're going to disassemble this gate. I just had to re-sign my lease. But, you know, at this point, I would rather re-sign my lease than haul all of my shit. Yeah, so we're gonna take apart this gate at least. You know, I had smashed the truck into either side here, and I don't really want to deal with it. So just to buy some extra room, we'll take out this side and this side. We can keep the remaining little bit here. We'll saw these logs down. Relic says it's exciting at the same time. Yeah, I will attest to that. You know, whenever you do move and you finally get done with all of it, like that's the best part. Worst for me is like after you have moved and then you already have all of your boxes and stuff there, and you're just, you know, it takes me forever to unpack boxes. I feel like I'll get like 65% or 70% of the way there. And then I, will keep things in boxes for a while. Okay, so we're gonna try this. Instead of right click and saw the log, right, I have been told, let's come over here to the crafting, right? And then let's go here, let's do saw log, or yeah, right there. We're gonna add that. I'd like to add that to the favorites. And then you can come here and max it out. Look at that, smart, okay. Hell yeah, thank you to the members of the audience that had recommended that. That's gonna save me a lot of time. But I don't think that we're gonna be sawing too terribly much at this point, because the road from right here is connected. There's just a little segment that I kind of want to fill out more. And then honestly, this dirt road portion, I don't know like how rushed I am to fill this up. The other piece of advice that was given to me, and I'm putting all of these planks on the ground, way to go. The other piece of advice that was given to me is to pick up these sticks and stuff, because the game engine will like to flip if there's too much and it has to process too many things in a given chunk. And as a software engineer, I can understand that. So it would be in our best interest to start picking up some of these things, maybe build a little trash can, or throw things in the bed of the truck, and then we'll put together a container that we can hold the stuff. Yes, that is correct, Relic. More wood for the road. Now, I've got a couple of other updates for the channel here. The number one update that I have for you all is that we have 230 subscribers. 230. Now, that might not seem like that big of a deal to some, but literally since like the 2 weeks that I have streamed, I think the last numbers that I had, or that I remember saying, was about 160 subscribers. So that means that in the 2 weeks that I haven't streamed, we've gained about like 70 subs. So that is hella exciting. Not only that, but like we've seen at least 3 of the VODs recently go over 2,000 views. So Frank Fultz has got an audience, and not only does he have an audience, but it's international. It's pretty crazy. So thank you, every member of the audience that has participated, dropped a comment, been here for the lives. I'm going to continue doing this. I've really found my groove lately, building this stuff out. And what's been really cool is behind the scenes, I've been doing a lot of stuff to kind of help support my infrastructure for doing this. So while I haven't been streaming, but once every week or so, I've been hard at work building software to kind of support all of this. And one of the fun things that I did earlier today, made my first Project Zomboid mod. Now, it doesn't do anything aside from being able to walk up. Look at this. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, my first mod that I made. Dude, this is hilarious. Yeah, hang on. We gotta... God damn it. Let's saw these. Yeah, my first mod that I made, basically all that it does, and at this point there's 2 logs. I'm just gonna saw them. At this point, all that it does is it allows me to right click on something, and then it says JSC peak, and then the item that, or like container that it's there. So doesn't do anything, but I'm pretty excited to at least have seen some Lua code connect to the game live. So if y'all have any ideas, fun ideas for some mods for Project Zomboid, I figured that since I've been playing this game for a long time, and I'm a software engineer, it's about time that I try to dig in and actually build something. Some of the things that have crossed my mind initially are, additional skills to add to the game, because I'm also, a musician and make my own audio and stuff. I was thinking about making some audio-based mods too. Other than that, I'll probably just end up, figuring things out along the way. All right, we are going to plop in the back here more planks. Now in the bed, I have 6 boxes of nails, canned beans, yeah, fishing rod, my shotgun, things like that. Cool. All right, this is at 88 out of 91. Let's get this. Oh yeah, and the other really awesome thing to note in so for the YouTube channel, right? There's 2 different tiers of monetization. Tier 1 means that I would have to have at least I think it was 500 subscribers, 3,000 watch hours, right? And because of the growth of the channel, we've surpassed the 3,000 public watch hours, and we surpassed 4,000 public watch hours. So hell yeah. It's very, very exciting. At this point, you know, the only blocker for monetization is getting more subs. So I'm gonna put the work in and that'll happen. Okay, we are going to finish this area is kind of what I'm thinking I want to focus on. So let's go into the builds. Let's go to our favorites. Let's do the wooden floor here. And we're gonna build this out. So yeah, this is really the last stop for the road, is getting this kind of more flushed out. So I wanna clean this up, tie it together, and then I mean, at least for this episode, we'll be decent on the road, and I want us to do maybe a little bit of fishing and a little bit further exploration. Picking up some of this stuff I think is going to be a goal as we kind of come and go through here. So once I get this a little bit more cleaned up in terms of having the road lane is whenever I would probably put like a little trash can or something over here and put the remnants of the wood. What's up? Relic says, whenever I head over to a friend's house, I'll just put on a VOD and make them sub. Oh, thank you very much. I've actually seen some of the analytics on YouTube have said that people have been getting to the channel through Discord. So that's pretty cool to basically see people are tossing the videos and stuff around. There is, you know, I've been kind of going back and forth in terms of future videos, right? Like, I polled the audience asking about RimWorld, and you know, I would like to do that, but in terms of kind of committing to something for the algorithm right now, Project Zomboid is what I've really invested a lot of my time, energy, and effort into. So with the 33, or this is episode 34 now, 34 different episodes of Frank doing his thing, I think that we have plenty of footage to be able to put together some compilations. Going to try to edit together a bunch of different shorts, things like that. So you'll start seeing more of that content coming out. All right, we need to open a box of nails. Relic says, hey, I just launched RimWorld, and I was going to ask you for a word for the seed for my world. Do Frank Fultz. That's your seed. It's been a while since I've played RimWorld. But yeah, I want to do, you know, more outside of just the Frank Fultz Chronicles with Zomboid. I have not touched the Extinction, you know, I could do mod reviews, things like that. But to try to make the channel get a little bit more traction outside of just the Frank Fultz Chronicles, you know, expanding within the realm of Zomboid, I think is probably the better strategic decision right now. And then my wife and I are still doing Life is Strange, but... Yeah, and I kind of look at the Frank Fultz Chronicles as more long form. So these videos have been anywhere between, you know, an hour and a half to 4.5 hours on the long end. And I think that I've heard that there has been a little bit of, you know, a desire to see some more, you know, shorter form videos, or videos that kind of fit between 15 to 25 to 30 minutes. So finding ways to kind of take what I've already built here on the Frank Fultz Chronicles, like the longer form stuff, and kind of shrinking it down a little bit more is something I've been considering. So if that's something that you're all interested in, feel free to let me know in the comments. Yeah, and I've been thinking, I don't necessarily, at least at this point, so with the wood blocking the trees from growing through here, I am not going to go through the hassle, at least for quite some time, of putting gravel down. I just don't see a need for it. That's purely cosmetic. I'm more, function over form, I guess, in that regard here. Because we have committed pretty heavily to building this road out. And I want to give Frank the ability to do some other stuff. All right, we're gonna move building over there. Let's open crafting, go back to our favorites, saw those logs, max it out. And then I should be able to X out of that and we can fast forward time. All right, we pop over to building. All right, and we're back to it. You like harder survival and building, could look at Vintage Story. I have heard of Vintage Story. I've at least, heard the name, but I haven't really looked into it. I was so grateful that when build 42.16 came out that I was able to save this, because having gotten to the point where the road was 60% of the way done, I would have been really upset if I got to 60% of the way done and then just left it on cliffhanger and was like, sorry guys, the save got corrupted. But at this point, since the world has survived through this, if ever Frank were to die, I'm thinking that I would maintain the world as it is, and there would be another character jumping in. I've kind of got some background characters I've thought of to introduce into the world of Frank Fultz. Oh, we got 4 more logs. Hell yeah. Okay, let's do that. Craft it. Favorites. Max that out. All right, now let's go over to the builds, the floor. Yeah, 11:30 a.m. Yeah, we'll knock this out. This ain't gonna take too terribly long. Frank is gonna need a cigarette here soon. And you know what? While we're building, I'm just gonna throw on some of my epic brass music that I haven't played in a while. So this is custom stuff. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's do this. There we go. Some building music. Everyone get epic. Out of planks. All right. Where do I have more at? That is the question. All right. Well, I'll just chop right here. And I'm suddenly too tired. All right, so we're gonna sit on the ground. Open that crafting menu. the muscle exhaustion from sawing so fast. Oh, that's hilarious. That was one of the first things I had made in Ableton whenever I first was learning my DAW. It's been a little bit since I have made a piece of music. I have been so kind of all over the place, focused on learning some of the animation side of things. A lot of sound mixing and audio engineering, kind of figuring that stuff out. But I will say, the Frank Fultz Chronicles audio has been peak. No cap, as the children say. Take your baseball cap and throw it on the ground, because you won't need it. All right, and our guy is getting thirsty. All right, let's get a drink of water. Move some of this stuff back over here. All right, get more of these planks. There are some wolves and shit out there. There's wild animals out in the forest. All right, pick these guys up. Only going 11 at a time. All right, we're gonna speed that up. What's pretty funny is I've seen a lot of posts on Reddit recently of, this lake house, and people asking, they're like, does anybody actually live here? And the answer from my perspective is yes, with an asterisk, because I haven't gotten to really do much of the living yet. I have spent an assload of time chopping trees. But you know what? I showed up prepared. All right, we are gonna pick these planks up. Might need to eat some jerky or a can of beans. All right, speed that up. All right, and we got another locked and loaded with another 11. There was a mod that I had been looking at, but I did not install, that was diagonal roads, which might help those with OCD get over the fact that these are not lined up. We live in a house that is run on wood stoves. We got like 3,700 wood stoves, and it's a good thing that we have all of these planks of wood and logs and those goodies. All right, 3 more that are right here. All right. Okay, yeah, maybe kind of closing that off. I'm feeling we're getting toward the end of this right now. I'll chop up these guys. Oops. Cut down tree. All right, we'll sit on the ground. They do not like me chopping down more than like 3. All right, there's 8 more logs, speed up time. And then there's a couple more here. Awesome. There we go. And one could probably argue that the road did not need to be this wide. And to them I say, my road is bigger than yours. Gets the job done, you know? All right. I'm gonna pull the truck forward just a little bit. Get some water here. Close this out. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of connecting here, a little connecting there. All right, let's move this canteen over. All right, move the canteen. All right, let's build the rest. There we go. At least having it a couple wide, going diagonally here, so it's easier to drive on. All right, pull these ones. Getting close to wrapping up the day over here, and then I want to start thinking about the fishing. So if all of the fishing equipment is in the truck, we should be able to drive this back around. Get some fish fillets. Okay, and this is probably about wide enough. I mean, this looks like maybe I'll add a little bit more here. I'm gonna kind of surgically add a couple. Okay. Yeah. And looking at this, I mean, that's kind of the natural line that I see. And I think that would probably be... Goodness, how many more planks are we gonna need? Enough. So I'm gonna take these ones and immediately clean this up. Damn it. Just want to finish sawing these. All right, let's go to the crafting menu, go here, max that out. And then, oh, I'm not on the right menu here. Build it. Wooden floor. Am I out of... I need a fucking nail. Okay, here we go. It's a good thing we got the truck right here, huh? Box of nails. Open that up. I am not able to. Let's press I. Yeah, okay, let's drop a couple of these. Open. There we go. Now I can hold 6 nails. Hell yeah. Where are the rest? Are they on the ground? 94 nails on the ground. All right, and let's put the rest in military satchel. Okay, cool. Now I can finish this part, tidy that up, build that road. So yeah, like I said, West Point is kind of the natural. We've been talking about going to Echo Creek, but in terms of the closest location, aside from Muldraugh, is West Point. And West Point is known for being insanely populated. Its population density is much higher than Muldraugh, especially about 2 months into the game. So I'm not opposed to going over there. I am just a little bit concerned that we will have to turn away or kind of strategically hide and take some people out in order to get access to the gun store. And the other thing that we would probably want to bring along with us would be the sledgehammer. All right, how many planks I got on me? I got 4. All right, let's saw these 2 planks, or 2 logs. All right, now that puts me back at 12. All right, with these other 12 that I have here, might as well close these 3. Whoa, 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 whoa. And just let time pass on accident. Okay. All right, yep, and then we'll go this way. But now we won't be beating our tires to shit. All right. Let's go ahead and drive ourselves back. There's a little bit of spot here that we would fill out, but this is not looking too bad. And just to kind of give everybody a heads up, like let's just show what we're working with on the road. It is a little bit laggy, probably because of all of the items on the floor, but this goes all the way out to here. Bam, and then you're on Riverside Road. So yeah, we will want to manage these items to deal with the poor performance. Yeah, this is kind of why I want the road wider. Now we're back on the dirt road. Connected to gravel. All right, let's pull in. There we are. All right, I want to check the quality of the car really quick. All right, our engine is at 44%, and this is a heavy-duty vehicle. So when and if the time comes to remove this engine, all right, so we have mechanics 4, we need 5. And we need spare engine parts. So, I mean, as long as we get 1 more mechanics, and what is our mechanics at right now anyway? So it's at 4, and we have a ×8 multiplier. I think that we finished that other mechanics book, so good on us. In terms of what I'm carrying on my person, yeah, we're gonna fill up our waters. I'm gonna plop the saw and the nails and the hammer in the bed of the truck. Let's take a look, see how the Jenny is doing. 38% fuel. All right, so let's turn this off for a moment. Fill this bad boy up. Yep, okay, so let's go ahead and equip this in our primary. All right, we will add fuel. And we still got 1.4 left, 1.4 liters. We'll set that down here. All right, let's turn that Jenny back on. It's at 93% condition. Let there be light. All right, we are gonna fill up on all of these lovely things. And what does it take to build those? It doesn't take very much. Let's see. Building, let's do carpentry. Is there project arcade, masonry, furniture. Wooden counter, 4 planks and 4 nails. Wooden counter corner, okay. And then a craftsman crate here is just 4 planks. 4 planks and 4 nails is what we will need. So when we're out there, we will strategically place some of these guys down, and then we're gonna clean some of that shit up. Well, let's take a look at some of the food and stuff that we currently still have in here. So we got hemp. What am I... Like, obviously I know what I could do with hemp, but I don't see it in the crafting menu. And there's hops, sugar beets. I'm gonna eat or what can you use here? You can package them into a box. And turnips, fresh and uncooked. All right, well, I'm gonna take 2 turnips, and I'm gonna work on cooking them. And actually, yeah, let's take this pot. Let's make a stew real quick. Empty pot, or fill that guy up. All right, and then create a stew from the turnips. We're gonna do two turnips in the stew. It's at 36, awesome. All right, and then for the stew, let's go ahead and add some pepper. Let's go ahead and add some salt. Go ahead and add some sage. We'll add a little bit of corn flour to it. All right, that's only 200 calories. Not looking too hot. Is there anything else I can add to you? More turnips. It's a turnip and turnip. You know what? Yeah, so it'll deal with your hunger, but like I said, like calories become incredibly important. So while this will manage the hunger, we are going to want to get some meat. Relic says, okay, I started my RimWorld playthrough and my tribe name the Yorkshire Terrier Emotionless. Now, are you playing just like base RimWorld, or are you doing any DLC in particular? I really liked the one that allowed you to make like cults and like religious colonists and stuff. I didn't really play the other ones that were like the crazy gene splicing ones. All right, so that's turned off. Our guy is so hungry. Well, we will eat to our heart's content. 70 hunger. This will knock that all out, but like we are still going to be actively losing weight. Yeah, 73, even though we are full to bursting. And we need a cigarette. All right, so that should deal with the agitation. We are going to sit and read the remainder of the book. And this turnip that is fresh, uncooked, we'll toss it in here. Oh yeah, shit, that's right. We got watermelons and bell peppers. They're just frozen. Okay. Note to self. All DLC are on, but I'm doing the ritual stuff, supernatural stuff, and my religion is all about it and preaching it to others. Did you ever play the Cult of Lamb? Or is that Cult of the Lamb? Is that what it is? Where you have you go through and you basically form your own cult. Yeah, it's such a good game. All right, we are going to grab this book. We're going to sit down and read. Fast forward some time here. We can sit in this chair. That's just what they want you to think. All right, let's read this. Got super into it for a while. Yeah, I was playing it on a Steam Deck for a while too. All right, so this should be done in 9 hours. All right, well, let's just let time pass for safe. I've not heard a Zed in quite some time. Yeah, I'm starting to think too that like the chickens are probably going to be in a bad shape that are all the way down at the northern safe house. But I'm kind of committed right now to finishing this godforsaken road. All right, we are going to drink the water. We got to smoke, and then we will get some sleep. How much do we have left? 180 out of 300. God damn, being a slow reader really sucks. All right, let's get some sleep. All right. I am thinking that we should, so let's turn this on. Now that the road is in working condition, I think that we should probably take Riverside Road, drive back over here to this gas station that we have reclaimed, right? And let's go ahead and mark that. So we've got reclaimed gas station. All right, and that reclaimed gas station is right here. And then this one is empty clothing warehouse. It is right here. Now, going up this road, right? Like this is what is going to lead us to the spot that I want to take us, which is Stendo's Firearms Emporium, right? And it's not right here. It is right here. Stendo's Firearm Emporium. This is where I would be interested in going. Okay, rotate this all the way around. All right, Stendo's Firearm Emporium is going to be right here. And it will take a little bit of rustle and tussle. And then there is also a Gigamart. So we know that there's food, right? But West Point is dangerous. So we're going to put in big old caps here. West Point is dangerous. We don't know what is over here, but we will consider leaving the lake house for a little bit, getting gas right at this reclaimed gas station, and then, you know, maybe go see what is on the outskirts, at least touch where West Point is. I think would be an interesting route for us to go. I just don't want us to die. So let's take proper precautions, shall we? All right, we've got our empty bowl here, and there should be milk. Right. Did I put the milk in here? There's marmalade, there's kitchen. I got the cereal, brown sugar, transfer liquid. God damn it. All right, we will fill the bowl. We'll do it that route. All right, this bowl we will over here. Brown sugar. Oh, not canned potatoes. What the hell are you doing, boy? Move that brown sugar. Brother, do I not? Is this not full? It's not full. Son of a bitch, did I run out of water? No. Can't do that to me. All right, right click. Yeah, we don't want to auto drink out of this. Hang on 1 second. Disable auto drink. Didn't I? I legitimately made oatmeal the other day. Where the fuck is my oatmeal? Where is my oatmeal? I'm having an ADHD moment again. It's happening. Instant popcorn. Nope, it's not here. I didn't finish the oatmeal, did I? I don't think I did. Didn't put it in the bed of the truck. I'm gonna double check. There's very high likelihood that I put my oatmeal in my truck. Yeah, we wanna start our day off with some good food, and then we are gonna drive ourselves up. And there should be gas in here too. There's an empty gas can. All right, that's fine. Okay, did I put oatmeal in here? I have canned beans. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna put the water bowl and the brown sugar. They're going in here. Put in the book. We've got the wood axe. I'll put it in the bed. And we need to get more gasoline. So let's take this gas can, this jerry rig that we got here. Jerry rig. I'm gonna load this guy up. I'm gonna fill up my water, and then we will hit the road. Let's plop that can in there, and then in this protective case, what do we have? The 12 gauge rounds. So we are going into town with a lot of ammunition. I will say that. Now is my milk down here? I'm gonna double check this. This is a big ass house. And I've been all over the place. So let's see. My frozen watermelons. All right, well, let's go ahead and close that. Let's close that. Okay. Well, it's definitely not down here. That's okay, whatever. Let's get the water, and then we will hit the road. I got enough food and I should be able to find stuff while we're out there too. All right, crowbar is what I'm gonna put in both hands. All right, and then in terms of what we want to eat, let's go back over here. There should be some stuff in the bed of the truck, but I kind of want to check real quick what we got here. This is more 2 boxes of 12 gauge rounds. All right, this has mortar and pestle, pillow. All right, yeah, this is a go bag, right? Well, let's take the go bag. We can equip the go bag in our secondary. I'm going to eat the chips and vinegar. All right, this one is we're going to equip it in our secondary. And then if I come here, crowbar, and I equip it in my primary. There we are. All right, and then in the seat next to me, right? So I should be able to take this duffel bag and put it in the seat next to me. There we go. All right, duffel bag is in there. It's got a baseball bat. We got a tarp. We got tortilla chips, stale broccoli, and a noisemaker. So we at least have some additional weapons. Let's grab this shotgun. So shotgun weighs 4. And we are gonna grab its ammunition and put it in the duffel bag, friends. All right, let's go duffel bag. Put these things in there. Awesome. Hell yeah. All right, duffel bag's got the shotgun and 2 boxes of 12 gauge in there. And the shotgun is already loaded. Okay, so with that being said, let's hit the road, my friends. Awesome, and then fuel. Yeah, well, look, we're fine on fuel. Okay. Onward and upward. So this is, I'm kind of considering this our scouting vehicle. Now, while we are over here, let's also take a quick peek at what is in the bed of the truck here. See if there's anything that we want to take from this vehicle right now. This one's got a snub nose, box of candles. There's more canned food. Let's see. And there's hay, there's pepper, concrete, nails, more gas can, another rifle. Nah, okay, we'll leave. I think maybe like the only other thing that I would probably grab here is the canned soups. So let's take those. And I will take a Molotov cocktail as well. Duffel bag, we will leave. All right. All right, and all the windows are all good. Okay, cool. There we go. Now with this car, we have the light bar, but we don't have a siren. Okay. All right, so from here, let's see. We are going to be driving quite a ways until we go around this bend. Otherwise, if we went up Raccoon Road, I mean, that would take us into the north. We don't want to do that. We're going to go around until we hit the bend and keep going until we hit the crossroads. away we go, my friends. Now, to my recollection, there is not a lot of impeding broken cars and traffic and stuff on this part of the highway, but the other end, kind of connecting to Muldraugh, was really, really atrocious. So until we are able to dismantle those wreckages, we would either have to pull them or just avoid them. All right, so here is that turn. Right, and the road that is up here, all right, so we're gonna bend around again, but the road that is up here is what would lead us to the Lakehouse the long way, right? So this is the other road right there. So now we are gonna follow this bend all the way till the intersection. Let's see, Alex says, yo, what's up? Just some dude. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing well. I am on my way to get some gas, and then we are going to investigate West Point. And we're going to try to do so being a little bit smart under the cover of this fog, because West Point is not traditionally known as a safe location. We have ammunition, but like shooting a shotgun in West Point, if you're going to shoot a shotgun in West Point, you might as well, you got to have enough ammo to handle the situation. So we are going to see if we can navigate to Stendo's Firearm Emporium. All right, okay, so let's slow this down just a little bit. That's cool, good luck, you will need it. Yeah, I know, that's the fear. That's kind of, I'm approaching this first with like a bail out first mindset. Like it is okay to bail. All right, so we are back here. All right, let's pull this out, turn this bad boy on. We're gonna take a look around. Ooh, okay, I see a guy. Okay, that's just a person. Thought there was more. All right, we will turn this Jenny on. Refuel from the gas pump. And then we are gonna take this gas can, put it on the ground, and this one on the ground as well. All right, let's do gas can. Right click. No container for fuel. Okay, let's equip this in secondary. Right click, take fuel. I mean, while we're here, we can take another look at the gas station. All right, let's take this gasoline can. We'll put it in the bed. Oh shit, okay. And then I am gonna drop the wood splinters and scrap wood down along with twigs. There we go. That should buy me enough to be able to pick this thing up off the floor and take some fuel and then put it back. Cool, yeah. And we might as well stop by this soda pop machine over here. All right, let's drop this gas can back. Oh no, okay, so it weighs 11.6, you're kidding me. Okay, well, let's drop the 5 tree branches on the ground here. Sick, nice, okay. All right, let's turn this Jenny back off. All right, now, is there any soda? There are pretzels here. All right, well, let's take a look inside. Bound to be something here. Yep. Grab these sodas, toss them in the bag, and then drink one of these guys. Right, let's smoke a cig, and then while we are smoking, there's toothpaste, box of tissues, another empty gas can. Take that dehydrated meat stick, sunflower seeds, and licorice. And I will drink a ginger ale as well, if just for the extra calories alone. All right, and then we are good here. So nothing else there. All right, so now we're gonna be heading into the unknown territory. Now in this, right, so we have, let's open the shotgun rounds. 50 shotgun rounds, and then those do not go on my bullets bandolier, but I will put them in the military satchel. We're gonna put these, the nails. Okay, yeah, I'll tuck those away. Cool, and then did those, okay, so those did not move. There we go. I'll put them in the military satchel now. There we go. Now it's 11.1. Awesome. Okay, and then the shotgun, I will take it and put it in the hiking backpack. And, you know, actually, before I even do that, we have the better shotgun, I think, down here, right? This one has... No, okay, I thought that we had attached stuff to the shotgun. This one contains a magazine. What about the one that we have in here? Does this one have anything? Yeah, choke tube improved in a 2x scope. Okay, cool. So we do have the best shotgun on us. And that puts us at 12 out of 12. So we are good from an encumbrance perspective. We've got gasoline, we've got nails, we've got all the bare necessities. And there's the friends. We'll never sleep alone again. Okay, so we are gonna head down into the unknown. All right, so let's add Operation. You know, I mean, we're technically going northeast, but I'm gonna call it Operation West Coast. Operation West Coast. All right. Investigate West Point. Don't get greedy and die. All right, those are the two things that we're gonna attempt to do right now. Yeah, and then, you know, get to Stendo's. So we're gonna go up this road until it turns. And I mean, we keep following this. It'll take us exactly where we need to go. So let's do it. Keep an eye out, friends. We are likely gonna see a lot more Zeds moving forward. We are also going to want to keep our eyes peeled for wrecks on the road. All right, so we got some like biker looking peeps. Taking kind of a mental note of the area. We do not want to walk into traps. All right, something tells me in my gut we're getting there. We're getting close. All right, there's a broke down car. I'm not going to investigate it. All right, so here we go. We are on the bend. So if I pause right there, this is where things get crazy. If we were to go up 7th Street, right? So we're going to follow this up until its very end, or if we made the first left, right? Like we would have this industrial. So let's get toward the industrial and see what we're dealing with. in terms of zombie population. And I do not have my sledgehammer on me. All right, so we got 2 guys. We got 3, 4. All right, let's come here. Equip with both hands, please. Thank you. And deal with them. All right, we've caught this one's attention. There we go. There we go. Both down. All right, let's get this one. Hello, friend. Goodbye, friend. All right. I bid them adieu. Well, if it ain't a lot of friends. Okay, so gas station. And there is a lot of Zeds. And they're in the road too, so let's even point that out. All right, so driving around. Okay, and there's broke down cars here. All right, our guy is thirsty. Let's drink one of these sodas. All right, the first available left is what we would want to make, but there's probably going to be Zeds. Yeah, so West Point is this first available left. What is this? American Tire. Holy hell in a handbasket. There's a bunch over there. Okay. All right, well, this is... This is a place. Let's turn this off. Car battery, battery charger. All right. All right, we're turning our flashlight on. Empty gas can. All right, so we got a magazine here. Ooh, and Mechanics 5. All right, so yeah, we've definitely found some stuff that we're gonna need. All right, so let's do these. New batteries for heavy duty. We got a couple of heavy duty vehicles. Electrical wire, pumps. Ratchets. Funnels. Fiberglass. Toolbox that's got stuff in it. Ooh, a pen light. Ratchet. We got duct tape. Batteries. Mechanics 4. Absolutely. Okay, because I think that we've read Mechanics 3, right? Like 3 is for 4 and 5. The Mechanics... This is for 7 and 8, and then 9 and 10. And we are currently doing 5 and 6. Yeah. So we have all of the mechanics books that we need now. That's the best. All right, we are going to unlock these doors. like to do that while I'm in the vicinity. All right, these are car batteries. Again, we got, it doesn't look like we've got engine parts, but that's not the end of the world. I mean, we get those from, okay, this is another performance manual. And I want to make sure that I'm not, so this is common maintenance for popular performance car models, lanes performance manual. Yep, and that's exactly what this is. Okay, motorcycle enthusiast. There's epoxy. A lot of chargers. Oh, shit, boy. We got a couple of lights here. That's good. All right. Extra lights. All right, and this is Big Auto Store. We got a lot of Zeds kind of piled up over there. Mufflers. Boxes of batteries. All right. Well, for the sake of staying alive and keeping things moving. Oh shit, hang on, boy. There's a back place. Box of screws, a blower fan, more mufflers. Extinguishers, okay. Car batteries, yeah, okay, so look, this is, and there's more heavy tires. More gas cans. Okay, well, there's like, I'm interested in these lights. 1000%. All right, so we are going to make sure that the door is unlocked, which it is. And we are going to head back out the safe way. And actually, there's, while we're in here, let's raid their kitchen. There's some lunch, but there's a rotten hot dog, rotten key lime pie, score dehydrated meat stick, and a milk chocolate bar. We're eating them. Oh, and raspberry shortbread cookies. Don't mind if we do. We're gonna eat both of them. Too full to eat more? Boo. Okay, well, we will put that in the military satchel. All right. Oh, can of oats and evaporated milk and honey. Things to take for sure. Magazine. All right, and then while we are here, oh, okay. That looks good to me. Let's keep going. Let's go back. I really don't know what is upstairs or if it's going to be worth our time. It's a bathroom. All right, well, we're safe. More books, more ear protection. All right, I'm gonna make sure that these doors are all unlocked. There we go. I am not looking to attract the attention of the friends. Just want the building accessible. All right, let's drink another soda. Spare engine parts, would you look at that? And mufflers. And a leather roll full of tools. All right, and then we've already unlocked that. Yeah, so there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big lights. 5 of them. We're gonna write that down. Edit this, and we'll say 5 extra big lights. All right, now let's take, I need to go up, crowbar, equip in both hands, and I need to also attach it to my back. There we go, so that way it's easier. All right, and I am gonna move a bunch of this stuff into the bed. All right, the respirator I'm gonna also put in the bed for now. All right, that was a successful venture through American Tire, my friends, but we need to keep going. And this is where, so we need to cross through. All right. All right, now is when I'm going to be very, very cautious. Okay, so this is, as we come here, just to make sure I'm turning in the correct location. Yeah, I think that this is it. We make a right and Stendo's. I think the Gigamart's right there. This should be the Stendo's. Oh shit, do I need more cigarettes? I do. Okay, hang on, we're gonna smoke. Holy shit. Oh, there's Stendo's. All right. All right, we're gonna deal with these two. There are a lot. And I don't think that using a shotgun over here is going to be a very smart idea. Oh, there's three. Okay, let's... make sure I don't got anyone coming from this side. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. We're gonna leave the car here. All right, and then, yeah, this is the industrial building. There's a raccoon over there. Now, we do have a Molotov cocktail. And that is something I would be willing to use. All right, well, I would want to take these beta blockers. I want to equip this in my primary. And we are gonna... All right. I also just realized that I am a little bit over encumbered. So let's put the crowbar back in the hiking bag. All right, there we go. All right, I think that this is going to be the strategic use of the Molotov, my friends. Don't try this at home. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God, there's so many. Oh, I gotta light the Molotov, don't I? Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. Do I equip it in my secondary? How the fuck does one light a Molotov? Well, this is not going the way that I want it to. Okay. You need a lighter in the other hand. Okay. Lighter. I have matches. Lighter. Equip secondary. All right. We're going to come over here. Molotov. Equip primary. Fuck you! Well, I have set the forest ablaze, I think. So this is probably not my smartest moment. But we're gonna make do with what we have here. Here we go. Let them burn, baby. Let them burn. All right. Crowbar. Attach to my back. Jesus Christ. Hey, we level up our running. Nice. All right. All right, things are looking a little bit scary. All right, we are getting thirsty now. I'm gonna try to lose him. Oh, we have more Molotovs than that, so... At least I didn't catch on fire, right? You know, probably took a couple of them out. I did not shoot a gun. All right, let's equip this guy back and deal with the few stragglers. Whoa. All right. Now I think we are at a doable range. So let's deal with the remainders that we can. And like I said, West Point is not a place to fuck around. You fuck around, you find out here. It is for that reason that I have not personally spent much time in this town. There's the light-footed. Here we are. What was your occupation again? I can't remember. My occupation is a park ranger in-game. Shit. Well, dude, that didn't look like that really did a whole dent through them, did it? Well, needless to say, the path forward right now is stealth and melee. Because if I use a shotgun, then that is going to draw everybody in from within like a 50 tile radius. And that is not something that will get us very far. All right, I'm gonna move my car. Another soda. And you're playing Extinction, right? No, I am not. I am doing custom sandbox settings that I had set before Extinction actually came out. But we are 2 months, 1 day, and 1 hour into the game, which explains the population density being so high. Oops, hit the wrong button. All right. We are at the point now where from the bed of the truck, I'm going to want to pull out the respirator and wear it. That will deal with the bad smell. There we go. I've been watching the VODs, but my memory isn't what it used to be. Yeah, don't worry. Totally understand. Jesus, Twiggies is twigging out. There is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah, there's a decent number. But with our sneak skill being the way that it is, and us already having inconspicuous, you can see it is working to our advantage. Because if we were younger and less experienced, we would be drawing a lot more of these. Get a couple of them, start walking back. 2 to 3 at a time. Just a little bit of patience. Just make sure that none of these guys from Twiggies are gonna make their way to me. There we go. All right, and that puts us at 1,239, and we started at 1,212 today. Oh shit. Okay, so I am getting exhausted. All right, I'm out of breath, so that is my cue to begin the strategy of back off, and I will do that after I take care of this guy. Come on. And we are thirsty once more. Awesome. All right, so now we're gonna sit here and rest. There are 5 empty cans. Ah, shit, man. Lighter's empty too. We'll put that in the glove box. Gonna eat a dehydrated meat stick. And then I am also going to smoke a cigarette. When you're in the car and you smoke a cigarette, you use the lighter that's built into the car. So you don't actually use the lighter and waste. Yeah, I just saw somebody posted a comment on one of my videos that said, bro, don't use a chicken coop for your chickens. And then you won't have to clean it. It's a trap. Yeah, I completely agree with that sentiment. Having not gone back to clean the chicken coop, I can almost guarantee that that those chickens are going to be dead whenever I come back. All right, this is just a matter of patience. That guy looks like he got a knife in him. A hunting knife. Oh, okay. We have not been working our short blade. We have really kind of been leaning into the long blunt. And taking a look at our skills here. Yeah, so you can see our carpentry is maxed out. But the long blunt is almost level 6, as well as maintenance. What I also wanted to check was the sneaking. We are working toward level 6 right now. Stendo's is almost ours. And I believe Stendo's has the katana, which is a very, very rare item. I think that this is the only place in the game I believe that it does spawn. Do you have a link that shows your settings? I'd like to try them. I don't think I have the settings in my description, but it's actually pretty simple. I think it's just normal apocalypse settings, but I have extended the daytime to be 2 hours instead of an hour and a half. And then I think the only other change was that I had made like a minimum of 14 days before the electricity turned off. And that should be about it. I don't think that I've changed anything else. Infection is still on. I just wanted to give a longer day-night cycle, and then kind of give a little bit more time between the power going off. And if you see this lovely color that's in the top left of the screen, that is a mod that is called Here Comes the Sun. Dude, my guy is just thirsty beyond all belief. Let's move a water bottle. Oh, did I turn off auto? I'm not sure why my guy's not drinking it. Oh, is it because I'm wearing a respirator? There should be links to the mods in the description, though. At least. Morning. Troll. Hello. Dude, this is looking cray. All right. Oh, what the hell? Is my mask not back on? Wear it. Oh, shit. Okay, that's just one guy that found me. Awesome. All right. So now we're going to deal with these friends. Oh, sweet Jesus. All right. Oh, we're tired. Not good. All right, hang on. Caffeine pills. Take them. Oh, that was weird. Did you just fall on a body? Yeah, they did. Oh, I think that might be a mod, actually. I think I had added a mod that makes it so that it's possible for them to trip on other Zeds. Yeah, they're like slipping and falling all over the place. Too bloody. But, yeah, see, not sure what's going on with that one, but all right. We are so close. Stendos. Holy Jesus. Okay. Holy Jesus. Okay, yep. And now we get the beta blockers. Sweet Jesus. All right. Yeah. My guy is exhausted, so I need to tread lightly. All right. See how many of those guys pour out? Holy shit. Man, we have had a busy day of slaying. All right, I see 3 right there in between me and my car. Can I fight 3 more? Smoke, I don't. Yeah, shit. Okay, I need to get another lighter. Any of you guys got lighters on you? Nope. All right, we're gonna try to take care of these guys. Nope. There he goes. All right, I'm getting real exhausted now. Need to get to my car. Hell yeah. All right, no way in hell am I going inside of that building right now. This is what we call a meet cute. Goodbye. I value my life too much to remain in this area. All right, plastic water bottle. Get a drink. Wee-wee. Let me tell you what. It's getting sketch. All right. Yeah, and we are still tired. Now, in terms of what remain in this immediate area, I mean, we have storage units. That's all that's going to be directly behind us. The Gigamart is right here. And then this is a large warehouse. A lot of Zeds. We are just going to kind of do some of that, some of this action. You know, there's Zeds that are out there. But yeah, in terms of what we can do in here, I mean, we could end up sleeping in the car. Was there? I mean, there was that auto shop. There is a small choo-choo train caboose that's nearby, but like that's not going to be a good sleep spot. And I don't think that in the back of the car, I don't think that I brought the sleeping bag. Oh, sick. Wait, can I smoke? Yes, you can smoke in the car. Fuck yes. All right. We've dealt with the exhaustion. Let's go back. We're still tired, but I'm going to take more caffeine pills. There's an apartment above the hardware store. Now, if only I knew where the hardware store was. There's people still on fire over there. Nice. I'm gonna take this opportunity to run over a couple of Zeds. Dude, they are like invincible now. Dude, could their hitboxes be any more fucked up? What is going on? Engine light is on, yeah. Okay, well. We're peeling out. We're gonna get the hell out of here while we can. I mean, going up, yeah, no, it would not be in our best interest to go that way. Do you have respawn active? I think that respawn might be on still. Has anyone tried Gale's Gun Store mod? I have not, no. All right, we are going to head back down because I want to stay alive. We successfully got our gasoline. We are bypassing this one. Remember, do not take this exit unless we wanted to go up and into West Point, which I do not. You know what? And I do kind of want to see what is in this car. Oh, there's a person here. Hello. There's two people. There's three people. Four people. There's a family of travelers. You play Extinction mode yet? Not yet. I was just talking about that. I want to get some more PZ content on the channel outside of the Frank Fultz Chronicles, and I think trying Extinction on a separate save would be a good idea. It would be fun. All right. Do we got? There's the vehicle key right there for this guy. Tissue, a cigarillo. All right, let's do, doors are unlocked. Trunk is now unlocked. The zombies ravage everything if they so much as hear you breathe too loud. Yeah, we are tired as can be. But if we pull out this way, I don't think we need to go all the way home. Like, let's just be away from the Zeds. Be in the middle of the road. I'll be okay right here. As long as the windows are up. Okay. All the doors are locked. Yeah, and the sprinters, they are low-key scary. Oh, Jesus, there's a Zed right there. I got out of the car. What the hell? No, that just makes my guy look like he gets out of the car. There's two. Okay, dude. Yeah, maybe this ain't so... Yeah, there's three. And there's a fucking bar stool that's just sitting in the middle of the road. Okay, hang on. What is happening? Guys are throwing off my groove here. Well, there's a matchbook and a lighter. Okay, I will gladly take both. Brother, I'm holding control and it does not want me to do that. All right, lighter going in this way. There's a random stool that's just sitting here. I guess it's not, there's a fucking campfire. Wow, and caffeine pills and a we found a camp spot. Dude, is there a banjo on the ground? There's a fucking banjo here. Hell yeah. Well, snap. Color me surprised. All right. Well, I will take the caffeine pills and, you know, this pack of beer. We're just going to tuck it in the backpack for right now. We're going to hang out in the car, drink some beer. Is it normal for zombies to just bust through random windows and doors because Typically, extinction, they literally go door to door looking for you. Yeah, that's, I think that the breaking down the doors and stuff like that, extinction is expected. All right, pack of beers. We're gonna open a pack of beer here. And those beers will go in the seat next to me. All right, open and drink. Okay. All right. With one of those beers down, yeah, let's take the others and we will put them in the front right seat. As long as I am safe for the evening, I should be able to press V. And then I'm going to turn this guy on. We're not going to get the world's best sleep, mind you, but it is sleep that we shall receive. And I slept with my goddamn mask on. Oh no, if I have a panic attack. Yeah, we are on edge. You ever just fall asleep with a respirator on in your truck? All right. Well, let's go ahead and drink water. We are in pain. Yep, we have neck pain from sleeping in the car. All right, this extra key, I'll just toss in there. We will smoke cigarette. The empty bottles go back in the backpack. Troll says, yeah, I hate the screams. I always bust my ears. And for the doors, you should dial down the random amount of zombies with door opening ability. But that just makes you live life on the edge, you know, whenever you never know if someone's going to come busting through your wall. All right. With this cigarette smoked, should be all good. All right, respirator, toss that guy back on there. And we do have painkillers, so let's go ahead, take that. And then we will eat our raspberry shortbread cookies for breakfast, and we're heading back into town. Not leaving without some goddamn ammunition. All right. With this, now, let's drive back. 6:30 in the a.m. Wonder if we're gonna drive back and we're gonna see some zombies still on fire. Watch, Stendo's building gets completely consumed in flames, and then I get nothing. Because I'm not good at using Molotovs yet. And drive around. Me and West Point, we ain't homies, tell you that much. Right, let's get this going. Got a couple guys coming after me this way, no big deal. Awesome. All right, and there's one coming through the woods. I made it 5 days in extinction. Got lucky spawning in a house in the woods, the edge of Rosewood. Yeah, it sounds like it's anxiety level 10,000. All right, we got another guy coming this way. All right, I'm hearing more. There's lots of groaning. Well, goddamn! It's like I didn't do anything. See, you come back and there's just so many of them. Oh my God! Oh my Jesus! Again, I say the shotgun would not be the weapon of choice here, but we're committed here. We're gonna get into Stendo's. It's the last thing that I do. Ooh, that one looks like they got a machete. Oh, it's just a bread knife. Ah. Jesus Christ. All right, and how are we doing? We're at 1,287 Zeds. The Otis says, I actually had to move into the neighbor's house because the one I spawned in got ravaged as soon as the zombies saw me through the window. My God. Yeah, all the Zeds from Twiggy's came next door. That's what happened. I still want to see if there are zombies on fire over there. I wanted to be careful though, because if I caught this building on fire, I would be really upset with myself. All right, see, we're getting tired again. All right, we're getting close. Let's retreat back here for just a little bit. Rather go slow and stay alive. And my lovely wife has brought me Taco Bell. A cheesy double beef burrito is mine. Yes. So let's think this through while I ponder the universe and bite into this bean burrito. So yeah, we are kind of in the thick of it. So we're next to office buildings, coffee shops, spiffos, pharmacy, laundromat. But yeah, the Gigamart is what is up here, or I guess on the other side of this. Shit, I'm out of water. Damn it. One of my cats has entered my office and now refuses to leave. She's like, how dare you? Hi, Pam. You gonna meow into the microphone? No. Ooh, okay. My guy, take a look at this. So I do think that this is, yeah, so my respirator filter needs changing. The awful odor is starting to really run afoul. So we're kind of being contested here. This may or may not happen the way that I want it to. Because now I need to change these filters. All right. Drawing in 3, 4. Well, I do have the beers in the car, so I will rely on the beers to keep me from getting too thirsty. We are so close to getting inside of there. I want this katana bad. All right, we're going back. Gonna get in the car for a sec. All right, we are going to reach over and drink one of our beers. Man, they got fucking eyes like a hawk. What's going on? I wasn't even moving. Just drinking beer in my car, and they're like, hell no. No way, brother. Trying to get away from the stench. Jesus Christ! There's just more. They keep coming. They wanted some too. Yeah, they want my burrito. Get away. You get none. That's what's up. All right. Keep going this way. I need to get it away from the smelly corpses. Smelly corpse, smelly corpse. What were you feeding yourself? All right. This one has meandered. We found a meanderer. Meandering. Do you speak Meandering? All right. Gonna draw this one back to the car, drink a beer. All right. Drink that beer. I have successfully finished the first burrito. Well, I guess there's only one burrito and then another, what is this? Can't remember the name of it, but it's Taco Bell and it's delicious. Okay, we are going to slide the car this way. And no wonder they would have found me. I left my fucking engine on. No wonder they kept coming over here. All right, engine is off this time. Brother, I just drank a beer. Are you kidding me? I got out of the car and Frank was like, whew, that one's gonna cost you. Yeah, we're gonna need to drink another one, huh? All right. Frank, you are so close. Let's just get in and out. How is this one not seeing me yet? Well, we know that like everyone that was in that room came out, so. Got so close as to touch the building and they were like, This one over here is like, hey. When I get a katana, I'm gonna kick your ass. Ugh. I'm feeling a little bit queasy. Yeah, we need to get out of the area, unfortunately. Oh shit. Oh my god, dude. The engine started to die. Okay. Yeah, we're getting out of here for right now. This is not smart unless we come back with the ability to manage the corpses. But it should be quick, you know? All things considered. All right. We are going to move the cigarette pack is in here. Yeah, I wanted to get away, you know, while we're feeling queasy already. Not good. Not good at all. Electricians. There's tarp, motion sensor. Ooh. I will take that. Hey, yeah, we're not queasy anymore. Sweet. All right, we are gonna come back, and we're gonna come back with capacity. And I'm going to have the filters. Now, I think that there are additional filters already at the Lakehouse. All right, there should be a broken down car in the center coming up. Don't hit the engine. All right, turn here. Ooh. Nice. Sorry, I had to. There is a deer on the ground. All right. Do I not get to... Is it not going to let me... Okay, whitetail buck. Butchered. I had to. I haven't had meat in days. right, so that's poor cut venison. Get bones from the skeleton. All right, well, we got animal bones, and then from those animal bones, we can craft things. All right, well, the poorly cut venison is what we will eat when we get there. And I mean, it's sad. That's only it's 40 calories. All right, well, we'll throw it into a stew. This is where using a butcher hook would have helped us a lot. All right, there's the dirt road, but we're not going to go down the dirt road. We're going to go down our fancy made road. Because we are master carpenters. And it should be easy to spot. All right, here we are. Oh, there's more animals. Don't worry, I won't hit you. There we are. And I'm gonna check in the car real quick. Caffeine pills, painkillers, bowl. We left the M1911 in here, sleeping pills, rubbing alcohol. Okay. Yeah, just making sure that we didn't leave anything. I mean, there's this revolver that's got 10. No, it doesn't even have shots. All right. This is, yeah, we'll just leave all of that. Okay, and the capacity in this car, it's at 96 out of 128. We're going to move a couple of these things. So let's... All right, we will move this one into the other trunk. All right, the magazines and let's do that. We'll move. No, those are gonna go inside. We'll hold on to those. Anything else? This is at 82. Jesus Christ, what is taking up so much? Oh my fucking, I got my oats. Yeah, the oats were in here. Son of a bitch, I knew it. I knew it. I'm my biggest enemy is myself. Now, I'm going to take a moment. If you have not clicked that like or subscribe button, you're doing yourself a disservice. Mr. Frank Fultz has been around for 34 episodes, and he will hopefully be around for 34 or 35 more. So if you have not clicked that button and you want to see more of the Frank Fultz Chronicles, do click like, do click subscribe. We are at 230 subscribers strong, and I really, really appreciate every single one of you. All right, so we will drive past the poor performance. And I will welcome you back to the Lakehouse, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Now, we should have more filters laying about. Ow. All right, so there's a matchbox here, the pillow. Let's find... There's shovel, there's a tarp, calipers, wood splinters. Box of garbage bags. And we've left a gun there. More garbage bags. Okay, the duct tape, iron pipe. We're gonna go upstairs. Five-alarm firehouse chili. The best. Now, God only knows where the hell the filters are here. I know where they are at the other safe house. I'm gonna drink water. We are going to fill this pot up and make a venison stew with turnips. Fill this empty pot. Animal sinew. All right, water pot. We will create a stew from the poorly cut venison. And add additional poorly cut venison. And then we will add a turnip. Now from the freezer, right, we can pull out a bell pepper, put it in our inventory, let it, there we go. It still says it's frozen, but let's see, can I add stew? All right, let's let it, okay, it's gonna take a little bit of time. We will set it in here. All right, there we go. Now I should be able to, yeah, bell pepper. All right, it's got 200 calories. Now let's come over here and say to that stew, we're gonna add some seasoning salt. I'm gonna add the other venison to it. We will add pepper. And corn flour. All right, that's got us at 49. Good enough. And we will turn this oven on. Awesome. Okay, so that's gonna take a little bit to cook. And while it's cooking, where are my... Okay, the books are in the car. Damn. We are almost out of cigarettes, too. Pardon the crinkly sounds. I'm trying to free my Taco Bell from its papery prison. There we go. Now the other respirators, the filters, I could have swore that I saw extras here, but I'm not opposed for us to swing by the northern safe house. All right, let's turn that off. All right, that's got us full to bursting. Wonderful. All right, the bones and the stag head. I'm gonna take this downstairs. All of our poor rotten food. All right. Oh, and this freezer is full. Both of them are. God damn it. I think there's more in here. What's a man gotta do to get rid of his deer carcasses? This house is so inconveniently shaped, I swear. Screwdriver, box of screws, a long stick, hand drill, nothing. All right, this freezer right here, that one's off. Is this one still on? No, okay, that one's on. All right, turn this one on, put the bones and the sinew. All right, with the welder mask, I'm just gonna put the motion sensor, empty beer bottle, set that here. Let's fill up all the water that we have. Hand-operated press here, so we would make the clay bars and stuff. There's a dust mask. That's not necessarily going to be the same. All right. Well, I know where this is located in my starting home. So I am going to take us back to the northern safe house. Traveling all this way. I mean, this would be a good opportunity for us to check out the chickens, right? Are the chickens alive? Are they dead? Only one way to find out. Oh yeah, and while I'm here, let's take gasoline. And these books. All right, set that guy right there. All right, mechanics 4 and 5. That is a damn shame that I don't have the fucking filters here. God damn. All right, and then in terms of... And this is all stuff that can stay here. Yeah, I'm gonna set the fishing supplies right here. Keep those here, just kind of clean some of this stuff up. I will take like the honey and, you know, the oats, some of the nails, all this stuff. I'm going to, yeah, I'll take cooking 3 so that we can try to finish it. I've been hauling that book all over. All right, this stack encumbrance. These are M9 mags. I mean, dude, when we go back, it would behoove us to have an M9 on us. Is there an M9 on this table, or that's the snub nose? I left the snub nose. Okay, I think the M9. They're all over the place. We should probably have one. All right, we are going to take us back to the Northern Safe House, my friends. And it's probably been a while since some of you have seen it. So, and some of you might not have even seen it at all if you haven't been keeping up with everything. It ain't the prettiest road, but my God, it gets the job done. All right. Yeah, things are a little bit sketch with this car too, with its engine. Like, that thing nearly shit the bed on me, so I need to double check this really quick. The condition is 44%. Yeah, and we need to level up our can I close this? There we go. We need to level up our mechanics. What is the ones at the boat docks full? Asks Spry Guy. I did not check the boat docks recently. It's been a little while. Dude, my guy is thirstier than a mofo. Could we stop this game of being so thirsty, Frank? Put that on. All right, this is... Dude, I hit something that made Frank stop auto drinking. And that, I don't know why he's not doing it anymore. All right, so we are going to drive up this way. Keep going until we are able to make a left. Now, I don't know. I don't think that it's not this left. Give me a second here. Yeah, it is not... Well, actually, this one works, but it just takes us through the countryside. I don't think that we've even navigated this route. Let's see. Yeah, this cuts all the way across. I mean, why not? You know, in the spirit of good faith, let's Let's do it. And I'm gonna put the water bottles back. We're gonna put the crowbar in, attached to back, respirator, tuck it away. There we go. Awesome. So yeah, we're gonna follow this. It's gonna take us down some windy roads and such, but I kind of want to see some new terrain, and I'm sure you do too. So I can't believe how close we got to seeing inside of Stendo's, only to be pushed away at the last minute. That queasiness is a bad thing. Because the last thing that we need is to be sick. Here, hang on 1 second. I'm going to eat some more of my Taco Bell. Now I see Spry Guy said, I think it is in your settings. And did you change your loot rarity? I did not change my loot rarity. Everything should be pretty much set to apocalypse settings. I did begin this save before extinction and all that other stuff. And you were saying, I think it is in your settings. What are you talking about specifically? Just want to make sure that I'm on the right train of thought. It looks to be like a clothing store all the way at the end of this. The auto drink. Okay. Yeah, here, let's see. I don't think that happened. Let's see. User interface. There's welcome. Auto zoom. Show cursor. Well, okay, so this is target reticle, clock. Accessibility. Under here. Automatically drink water when thirsty. Yeah, dude, I don't know how that happened. Well, there we go. Sweet. Well, this looks a bit ominous. Oh, Jesus. What the hell? Well, this is not... Hang on. 1 second. You boys got to figure this out. Okay, so I just took this. Where the hell? Okay. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, I was supposed to go this way. And then I will make a right when possible. Oh God. Forced me to stop while it loaded a chunk. Oh boy. Hang on. What do we got here? Anyone home? These all rotten foods. Yep. Rotten produce. Nothing for us, though. I think this is the second one of these I've found that's just like loaded to the brim with rotten food. The rotten bell peppers. No. Yeah, all right. Sweet potato, stale. leak on the ground. Oh my God. There's a leak. Rotten strawberries. Everything is rotten. Everything is bad. All right, so we don't want to go north. We want to go south. Power lines. All right, so we're going to keep following this until we hit the main road. And then we will make a left. And then we will follow that road onto familiar footing. Yes, we should have been on this road before. Yep. Here we are. We're back on the Kentucky 163. So you can see took Buck Road. So this is going to drive. We're going to go straight down this road through the gas station up to Northern Safe House. Now, it has been a while since we have been in town. We are going to see what the zombie population is looking like now. And hopefully things are not going to be out of hand. All right. Getting close to the gas station. Ooh. Yep, there's my junk. All right. We have been traveling long and far. Everybody, welcome back to Muldraugh. Ooh. All right, have our friends followed us? Yes. All right, let's deal with these friends. Floyd says, just came to gloat a bit about our elections today. History was made. Have fun. Good night. I'm going to sleep. I need to catch up. I did not get to hear about it quite yet, but I know what you are talking about, and congratulations, Floyd. That is phenomenal. I'm glad to hear that. There we go. These guys are out of here. Oh my God. The chicken is alive. They are alive. All right, I gotta pet my other hen here. Where are the babies at? Are the babies still around? Are they? They're grown. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. I don't need to kill it. I just need to see the animal. They're stressed, well-fed, not thirsty. Chicken droppings. They're junking it up. Hello. Give this one a pet. Healthy, well-fed. And it has babies. All right, hutch info. Yo, we got eggs. And it's only 12% dirty because I haven't been around. Sweet. Does the water need to be clean? I don't think the water needs to be clean, but if I'm equipping the dish towel and I equip the bucket, then I can clean it. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, that's my go-to, and then I just drop it back on the ground. We'll put the bucket down there, and we will drop that as well. All right, and then in terms of our hutch information here, we got a bunch of eggs. All right, and our baby chicklet is right here. Leghorn chick. Hello, chick. You are a male, you are juvenile, you are healthy. Good. Strong like a chick. All right, 9mm rounds. We got a box of them, so we're gonna put the holster on. I think the time has come to bring that. Okay, we got? Canned beverage out here. A bunch of M9 magazines that... Okay. We're gonna open this box. We'll take our magazines. All right, these guys. This is where our filter should be. Respirator filter. Yep. Awesome. All right. And then in terms of where I put it was in here. Yes. Awesome. We're going to come here. All right. This guy. Remove respirator filter. These ones are the empty ones. Attach filter to respirator. All right, and then we will take the empty one. All right, and respirator filter's empty. Is this other one? Shit, was it? I thought I had a box. Well, shit. Let's just double check. Could have swore that I had a box of them. The box of batteries, there's a machete, sparklers, hunting knife. These are all books. And we had been storing, yeah, okay, we got schematics and stuff that we haven't even read through yet. Okay, and then we've got oats that are here. Okay. And we have rotten eggs. Great. Let's take the rotten ones. We're gonna put them on the ground right now. Rotten mushrooms. Stale small bird. Empty. Empty, empty. Rotten chicken wings. Oh. God, the chick's head. Oh. So sad. Okay, these were books that are intended to be burned. A whole chicken, frozen, that's stale. Okay. All right, well, what we're gonna do, we are going to need, there's an empty pot here. We're gonna fill this up. I'm also going to take... We're going to place these Magazines to place. Set these down for right now. All right, I'm gonna pack the ammo into the box. Place that right there. All right, and I'll put those bullets in the bandolier. Okay, cool. And then this had magazines that I had already read. All right, we have fresh eggs that I would like to put in the freezer. These chicken foots are frozen and stale, but we are good. Okay, cool. I'm gonna reach in here. We will fill the empty pot, which is unsafe for consumption. It is tainted, but we will fix that. Oh, there's already good pots of water in here. Okay, well, let's turn this on, and then while that is on, let's come over here, take the... We are gonna take the whole chicken. Okay, this is stale, and the chicken foot. Take the stale chicken. I don't think I can turn it into a stew. We can prepare biscuits. Oh shit, brother. We can make biscuits. All right, we are gonna put this whole chicken in here to get it unfrozen. And once it is unfrozen, then we have to chop it up. We are gonna do that. All right, so yeah, we can't just, we will have to cut up the chicken. And I need to check the Jenny, see how it's doing over here. All right, shit, and I guess I do have to, I have to cook all of these. Yep, I do. Okay, well, should have just cooked the whole fucking thing. All right, so I don't know if the chicken parts cook at a uniform rate, but we're gonna keep an eye on them. So far it looks like they do. Okay. Well, that makes life easier. At least I don't have to balance 6 different parts of the chicken. Hell yeah. That is cooking level 5, my friends. Working on cooking level 6. All right. This water is not even full. That would explain why I have not been able to cook. Okay, let's... I hate how that happens to me. All right, well, this pot, this useless one, we'll set that away. And then this one, put pasta. Ooh. We'll put pasta in there. And then with pasta, we are going to throw in a chicken fillet. We're going to add both of the chicken fillets into the pasta. And then we will add marinara. We will add vegetable oil. We're going to add tomato paste. We are going to add salt. It's at 970 calories. Now we are going to add margarine. That's really going to add more to it. 1690. All right, and then let's go ahead and add some of the wings. Add a chicken leg. We're gonna add some pepper. 1,770. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so let's toss this guy back in there. That margarine makes a huge difference, right? All right, let's turn this guy on. And we're at 73 weight with one pointing down. Okay, so this should decent amount of nutrition. While that's doing its thing, let's take a look at these guys napping. I'm gonna probably want to start reading that. Yeah, I have not really tapped into it. Haven't tapped into the nap, you know? Not really a napster. Son of a bitch. We've run out of cigarettes. All right, so our poultry pasta, we're gonna go ahead and pull that out. That's got us at 40. Let's go ahead and eat half of it. It should fill us up. All right, I'm gonna put my respirator in the backpack. The shoulder holster has an M9 mag in it. All right, yeah, we are tense. As far as an M9 goes, is there an M9 on the table? Water purification tablets, box of batteries. No M9 here. All right, let's open this box of rounds, and we are going to grab our M9 mags. Load these guys up. All right. That is 15, 30, 45, 60, 61, and that's it. All right, well, let's take two of these mags, put them in the shoulder holster. The bullet bandolier is already full. All right, well, these other ones are empty. Okay, in terms of anything that I want from here right now, these are empty. Yeah, shit, man, I wish that I had more. This base oxygen tank, like, I'm not able to use the oxygen tank, right? It says it has 16 uses left. Like, I can't fill up the propane tank with that. Or the welding torch, right? Do I even have a welding torch here? Oh! Propane. this point, I think I'm gonna put the empty clips. We're gonna put those in here. Oh, there's the M9. Attached to the shoulder holster. Yeah, there you go. And you can press that button right there. All right, so the 4+1, and then there's 15. So if I hold this guy, yeah, we're good. All right, let's get a drink. These mags, we'll put them in the military satchel. Yeah, no wonder. I've been walking around holding these things that are super heavy. Let's go ahead and open a pack of beers. All right, we got a whole bunch of beers here. Let's go ahead and drink some, and then we'll probably read a little bit of napping. Yeah. Let's close that up. All right, let's rest right here. And then while we are resting, let's go ahead and read. This guy says it's gonna take 9.5 hours. Yeah, Stendo's is I want to get inside of Stendo's because I want the ammunition that is in there. And I don't want to cause more of a ruckus than I need to. My guy is... What is so heavy right now? I'm very over... It's because I'm carrying all of the beers. Well, might as well drink another, right? Throw these guys in there. I cannot seriously be thirsty. I just drank a beer. What the fuck? Frank, you're killing me. Ginger ale. And that, yeah, it's got 800 calories. 73 with a 1 arrow point. Yeah, look at that. 73, no more arrows. But I just don't have any cigarettes. I need tobacco. These are a whole bunch of things that we haven't read. Oh, teaches how to make a gas mask filter. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Read that. He's getting addicted. Yeah, he is ready for his nighttime cigarette, and he does not have it. He is upset. All right, well, this will at least teach us how to make the filters. Which... If I go into crafting and I look at filter, make a gas mask filter. What is that going to take? A hacksaw, pliers, mortar and pestle, a tin can, a sponge, Coke, rag, and wood glue. So that's from like charcoal or wood charcoal. Well, I feel like I would be able to do that if I lit this firewood on fire. But there might be some more in the other house. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to rest up. We're gonna head to the other house. And then likely that'll be the end for tonight. Oh shit, let's turn this on. The chickens are alive though. We at least know that the chickens are alive. right. Let's go ahead and see if we can make some of these eggs real quick. So in here, brown sugar, there's chips, there's coffee, dry cat food, marinara. Yo, where the frick's my pan, bro? My frying pan. What is this? Teaches nap, large stone axe, stone blade. Let's read one of our napping. Look at this, show recipes. Okay, well, we are going to read that. And these are cooking, yeah, forge a frying pan. Are these both the same? No. Metal mask, leather, bone shoulder armor. These are tongs. Galactic dairy bar. Well, you know what? We're going to eat the galactic dairy bar. And then we are going to eat the rest of the poultry pasta. All right, we are full to bursting. We've got cereal. Like I'm not gonna loot all of my shit out of this house yet. That's not my goal. So let's put this stuff back. Napping, I will set you back for now. All right, let's take a look real quick at how this is doing. 46% fuel, 70%. All right, so let's turn this off. Let's grab the gas can, fill this guy up. All right, and then we will place this gas can right back on the ground and turn our generator on again. 85% fuel. Our guy is thirsty. All right, let's come over here. Water canteen. Okay, yeah, it's because it's in the backpack. Okay, I should be fine. It's just because they were in the backpack. All right, on the outside here. Chips, ramen. And how much does this hold? 93. Okay. And then our Spiffo one. Box of nails. Yeah, spare engine parts and stuff. I mean, we will absolutely be wanting that for our car here. Maple syrup is in our parcel. All right, well, I'm just gonna leave those guys and, oh, shit. All right, let's take a stroll, shall we? Oh, Jesus. And here we are back at the starter home. It sounds as if the engine is still on, which is good. Generator is still trucking along here with 81% fuel. All right, so we've got our sawed-off shotgun here. We've got 2 M9 pistols. Whole bunch of our flyers and some books and stuff. All right, there's milk. We have lard. 3 cartons of rotten eggs. But there are some fresh here. All right, and again, saucepan's empty. There's the frying pan. Hell yeah, awesome. All right, well, what we will do, so these are fresh and frozen, more of the chicken feet. Let's take the rotten eggs, throw them on the ground for right now. Anything that is rotten, chicken fillet. Awesome. Okay, so now these eggs, frying pan, we will prepare. Ooh, we can do stir fry. We can do an omelet. All right, so we got ourselves an omelet. And then, am I not able to add anything to it? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like omelet might have to cook it first, but let's throw that guy in the oven, turn it on. And then this omelet has 130 calories by itself. We're at 73 with 1 arrow pointing up now. Thank God. Starting to get more macros. Awesome. Okay, so that is cooked now. And if I come over to the omelet, yeah, so it doesn't look like it's going to allow me to mix it with anything else. Well, let's just go ahead and eat it then. All right, we will toss that frying pan back in there. And then in terms of, so there's gas can that's there. We have, this is where the sledge was kept. Okay, cool. Good to know. Okay, another M9. What did I tell you? There's just guns everywhere. Our aluminum foil. We have our stuff for the bombs that are downstairs. This is just mortar and pestle, more water. But we're out of cigarettes, so that's going to be something that we're going to have to end up hunting for. All right, my friends. Well, I think that this sets us up pretty well for the next episode. So let's take a little peruse, right? Let's sit in this chair and rest. And we're going to take stock of what's going on. So we are currently residing at the starting safe house in Muldraugh. We've worked our way back all the way from our lovely little safe house. So we started this episode back at the Lakehouse. We have officially finished the road. It does not look as pretty as one would think, but I mean, we can fix that over time. But it is functional, right? Function over form, I guess. So with this road being complete, we ended up heading down Riverside Road and then exploring Dixie Highway, Route 31 West. We drove up toward West Point, made it all the way up to Stendo's Firearm Emporium, where we had to back off. So we would like to finish Operation West Coast. I hear somebody outside. I need to go deal with them really quick. Hang on. Yep, there they are. I was like, definitely heard a couple of them. Took them in one hit. Yeah. Okay, nobody else. Thank you. Okay. As you can tell, the overgrowth has started to affect the area quite badly. Anyways, where were we? We had made it all the way up to Stendo's Firearm Emporium, but we just could not get through this massive horde. There were just all kinds of dead guys here. We through a molly right in here. But as you can see, I mean, West Point is indeed dangerous. We had only made it to the very outskirts to try to touch Stendo's Firearm Emporium. We barely even got to the building before they started flooding out. We ended up retreating because of our inability to deal with the dead bodies. We started to get corpse sickness. So we headed our way back up Dixie Road. Spent a night, actually. Yeah, we spent a night out on the highway. But then made our way back to the lake house. Headed down Buck Road, explored some area that we had never been to before. Drove back down the Kentucky 163. Ended up at our northern safe house where we did verify that the chickens are alive. The chickens are alive, my friends. Made it back to the starting safe house, which is where we currently reside, setting us up for great success moving forward. Now, my friends, I want to take a moment of self-reflection as I do at the end of these videos. If you have not clicked the subscribe button, I encourage you to do so. We are 231 subscribers strong with over 2,000 watch hours in the last 28 days and 8.4 thousand views in the last 28 days. I started this in September of 2025. Really didn't think that there would be that many people interested in Project Zomboid, and yet here we are 34 streams later. So from the bottom of my heart, friends, I just want to say thank you for joining along on Francisco's journey all around Muldraugh. We have been having one hell of a time. I hope that you have enjoyed yourself. If you have, leave a comment. As always, my friends, I am just some dude on the internet, and I will see you in the next video.